Welcome back to another realistic style rebuild here on Madden 24, and today we're going to be taking on the Minnesota Vikings, and in a weird future paradox kind of thing, you know more about the direction of this thing than I even do, as I'm not really sure what I want to do with the quarterback position. In real life, even after a really serious injury, the Vikings should obviously be wanting to keep Kirk Cousins. The amount, and maybe it's just like, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, whatever. The amount of hate I see for Kirk Cousins, or amount of disrespect from the Vikings fans themselves about how man, he doesn't win in the playoffs, he doesn't get to the playoffs, and this the whole jokes about him not being able to play after the afternoon, all that kind of stuff. They don't realize how much worse it could be. But then the season-ending injury happened, and I think more Vikings fans realized how good they really had it. Kirk Cousins is an above-average quarterback for sure, inside the top 10. And if you can keep him for, okay money, you probably have to. Now, the problem is, this is Madden. He's 35 and normal. In real life, maybe that works out. In game, do we have even one more season with him? If we're lucky, perhaps. But looking around, tight end, obviously the trade with the Detroit Lions, it worked out for them very well. Obviously, with Laporta in Detroit, it worked out for them as well. Tackles, some of the best in the league. Everyone else, I could definitely replace. Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson talks about him being traded, perhaps more of a money thing, obviously, than a talent thing, believe it or not. It's kind of crazy to think. But yeah, I don't see how that's going to happen. Jordan Addison, very good rookie year. I've seen a few Vikings fans saying, I don't know why we would go for him. It's what do you mean? You need a number two. Getting Jefferson some help is definitely an important thing to do. And Jordan Addison does look pretty damn good. So, I think it was a good decision in the end. Running backs, they need a new one. They have no run game at all. They've just, as soon as Dalvin stepped out the door, the run game went with it. Of course, Dalvin didn't do too well with the Jets, but at the end of the day, the Vikings' run game was horrendous. It was just awful. Then we move on to the defensive side of the ball. Don't know how this is a good run defense, but it somehow is. Dean Lowry, I'm not really sure why they thought he was going to be a good addition. He wasn't. Marcus Davenport, betting on him being healthy, that is just a bet you'll never win. Danielle Hunter, up and down, but had a really good year. Safeties, not bad, but where is Harrison Smith going to go? Is he going to retire? Is he going to play again? I don't know. That's a good question. I would lean towards maybe one more year, and then that's it. And in Madden, he might even just retire straight up. Corners, they need new corners. They definitely need some new corners. Interior line needs some more new of those guys. And if we're talking about pure Madden-wise, need even more than that, right? Linebackers, Pace, really good season. Hicks, not bad at all. Pace is definitely the future at the position, but could use a middle linebacker, could use an edge rusher, could use a safety, could use the whole interior of the line, could use another corner or two, and then offensively, the whole interior of the line, a quarterback, a running back, and that's probably it. But that's still a lot. That's at least a third of the team, maybe. 40% of the team needs to be replaced. And like I said, I'm not sure what we do at quarterback. I think in real life, Kirk Cousins. In game, it's a completely different situation because we're not going to be able to roll with Kirk Cousins for 5 more seasons. This is a decent draft class for quarterbacks. Do you have a really good season and then, Kirk Cousins retires and then we're completely screwed at quarterback? Or do you just take a quarterback now and let Kirk walk? I don't know. Speaking of retirements, maybe the game has decided for us and we don't have to worry about it. And it has. I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to retire in real life, but he retired here. Same with Harrison Smith. I think those decisions have made my decision a lot easier. Definitely a lot easier. 84 overall, 35 retires. That is kind of crazy, but I guess we do know the answer. We need QB. But apparently we have $1 billion. I don't know how we have this much money. 5th-year option for Darisaw, absolutely worth it. Danielle Hunter, for sure, going to try to keep him. Please accept that. Thank you, because it could have been so much worse. $30 million for a tag, probably. And then where the hell is Jefferson? Is he on a 5th-year option? They're going to work on the contract? I don't know the exact details. I just know he needs a contract. Hicks wasn't bad, but he did just regress there. We're talking about Madden realism now. Anthony Barr, we could probably just keep on. Let's just try to keep him back right now because I know he has the mentor tag. Okay, I guess see you later. We'll probably get him back from free agency anyways. Where's what is it called? Non-bidding aspect of it. Reisner, you could do worse, but you could also do a lot better. Davenport, that did not work out. Cam Akers, how did he actually play in real life? I don't feel like I heard his name at all when they traded for him. Yikes. Okay, well, we're letting those guys walk. We do have a lot of money, though, but we also do have a need for quarterback. And I don't want to trade to pick 4. That's where I'm going to be trading if I trade up before we know who's there, because if the Bears take QB and then the Commanders and Patriots take QB, we're kind of stuck. I don't really want to take anyone outside the top 3 QBs, so we'll see. Snead, I believe, did get the tag, so we can't go for him, which really sucks. Winfield in Minnesota, that would definitely be very interesting, but I do not believe that's going to happen either. Pittman, don't really need the wide receiver. Cornerback, Awuzie's not bad. What's this? I got to figure out who got tagged, who didn't. All right, we actually got 3 pretty big names. Tony Pollard on a 1-year, $12.5 million deal. Chidobe Awuzie with a $12.5 million on 1 year, and then Bryce Huff on a 2-year, $20. Went for Gardner Johnson, the former Lion, if you even want to call him that, as we could use safety, and it's a Lions player, so obviously that gives them more motivation to go for him. Don't know if that's going to be enough. I maybe should have went a little higher. Do I just give him enough to, I wouldn't say guarantee he comes here, but, this is, it's good money, but at the same time, we would be pretty set at safety right now, at least strong safety, and we do get him. So we still have 63 mil. Jefferson needs a contract, but that's fine. We're in an okay spot. Question is Tony Pollard going to be the guy? He's obviously going to be the starting running back, but is he actually going to be worth what we just paid him? That's why it's a 1-year deal, but still, don't know how I feel about it. Just, I knew I needed somebody, and did I really want to go through the draft for someone? I probably will still look, obviously, but at least we have a decently high overall that knows how to get it done. And we ended up trading 11 and 43 for pick 4 with the Cardinals. I think that it's going to be easier to get the trade done before the draft. If you wait till during the draft, some teams might get even more desperate and just trade out the whole freaking house for it. Only problem is now, even though we're likely going to get our quarterback at 4, we have no other draft picks till the 4th round, which is definitely not good, but we can't trade up the next year because then we're just it's like getting a loan on your loan, It's just, we're doing too much. Here we are in the draft. If this is a non-quarterback, we have absolutely won. And it's Marvin Harrison. We are cooking. And of course, okay, there's that. Of course, with pick 4, the very best this team was going to ever land is Jaden Daniels. In real life, pick 4 probably doesn't even land you Jaden Daniels, but there is that ever so slightly chance that the Bears maybe do just take, Marvin Harrison. They're like, hey, we're going to prove to you, Justin, that you're our guy. We're going to take wide receiver number 1. We're not even going to risk that man by trading down, which is clearly the smart thing for them to do. And we're going to take him number 1. There's a possibility it happens. So with that possibility, Jaden Daniels is now a Minnesota Viking. A ton of speed, a good amount of throw power, and a dev of hidden. And now it is very unlikely we're going to do anything in the first 3 rounds. So we are going to be moving all the way down to the 4th round. Could trade up into the 4th round, though. We obviously have pick 29, which is not great. But, the first pick in the 4th round or something like that could definitely be obtainable. We have needs. And it'd be nice to start working on some of those now rather than later. Although, you know what? The biggest need would probably be running back. And we could probably wait to 29. There's a lot of running backs. Kind of think, we did pretty well in free agency. So really it'd be just like an off-ball linebacker and a running back that we really need. I know we need interior, and Corleone is a guy that we could have definitely went for. But I don't hate, where we're just at. Honestly, and there's a couple of linemen that look okay that I normally wouldn't have scouted, but we're desperate, so I went a little bit further, and there might actually be something there. DT is definitely a need. What about running back? I really wanted Estime, or Estime, I don't know how you say his name, but I felt like he'd have been a really good fit to have some lightning and thunder combination. He would, of course, be the Thunder in that situation. Right, maybe? We got a couple of other guys that could be the Thunder, but with him being gone, I don't think I'm as pushed. Justin Jacobs is not a this-year player. And I do like Knight, and I kind of feel like I have to start somebody. And I don't really know if we have any other options other than him for linebacker. Everyone else is either a pass rusher or there is none. So I'm going to go with Tyrese Knight, 85 speed, 86 excel, 82 jump, 76 change of direction. It's a little bit of athleticism. They're kind of giving me some pace vibes, but obviously his rawness is definitely seen. Could be running back here at 23. We also have that other 5th-round pick. These 5th-round picks are actually going to add up quite a bit here in this one. Still have one lineman, and you know what? We're desperate enough to just take him. Trevor Keegan, 21 years old, 90 strength. We now move to 32 in the 5th round. We can obviously still trade around a little bit if we have to. Green goes right there. Let's take a look at if we have anyone else. Left end, a cornerback could definitely be nice. Wide receiver. So we've definitely fallen off the beaten track quite a bit here with talents. Justin Jacobs, obviously not really our guy. Did we go with Davis just for some depth at edge? We're going to go with Davis. Jasheen Davis, 82 speed, 83 excel. It's really late in the draft, all right? We're not going to be landing starters left and right. We got a couple of guys that might start, but we're not going to be landing players that are bona fide starters. And I think with this pick, we're going to be going with Jace McClellan. Kind of a power back with 89 speed, 88 excel, a better version of Madison. I also maybe should have just found a trade up earlier because I'm really regretting not taking some sort of defensive tackle. It really annoys me that we didn't take someone for the interior. That was one of our, if not the weakest positions going in, and we did nothing for it. Dwayne Carter's still there. He's like a 4th-round draft pick, but, you know, we see these types of players go up and down the board randomly throughout, and we're just going to make the argument that he was a guy that just fell somehow. And with that pick, we are going to be moving on. I don't know how great Carter is. I think we might have even had him once before. Maybe it's a different Carter I'm thinking of. But, yeah, that's our draft class, which we could have definitely done better, but we did have limited picks. 73 overall for our new starting quarterback, 67 for our new starting linebacker, 67 overall for our backup guard, Davis, the 68 overall backup, McClellan, the 71 overall backup, and then it's Carter, the 67 overall, believe it or not, potentially starter. So I have no idea how the Vikings playbook cooks, but we're going to find out. We definitely need to work more on the offensive line, but we really didn't have that many draft picks to do that with. But I think the offense looks pretty good. We just don't know how Daniel's going to play. And then defensively, we definitely could have done more here as well, but at least we added a corner, we added a new right end, we added a new edge rusher, we added a new strong safety. We did more than we lost, and we weren't in the best spot with the draft capital, so it's just the beginning, and it's not a bad beginning. And who am I to deny a team in need? Metellus for Van Jefferson, a 5th and a 7th-round draft pick. I'm down. We're having a so-so season, $96 million. Jefferson, he was going to want at least $30 mil per, and this is over that. He is so hard to re-sign. This isn't even going to be enough. That is crazy. $32 million per. I think no matter how good Pollard plays here, I don't think we re-sign him. Murphy, 100% not. Awuzie, maybe. Bynum, I think we could do better, but for the price, I'm willing to... doesn't want to stay. I'm willing to keep him around. We have money, it's just we have players that just aren't interested. We needed this big time. In a 45-0 win, Carter goes up to Star Dev and gets 10k XP. Mekhi, look at him go. Mekhi Blackman. Star Dev, 10k XP, that's why I put him at number 2. Future's there. To the playoffs, a bit of a choke job, but still a chance, and that chance is gone. Who is the Bears and the Packers at 12-5? The Bears, though? Really? Okay, sure. We were at 8-6 at one point. Really bad start, really bad finish. Lost 4 of the last 5. Missed the playoffs because of it. Do not know how the scheme played out, though, which, if it played well, maybe we just need more time. That might be what it is. Jen Daniels, 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Picks are a little high, but those aren't terrible. Rushing was, though. Oh, my Lord, that is bad. Addison, great numbers. Jefferson, great numbers. Naylor, pretty good numbers. Tight end, not so much. O-line, not the worst I've seen. And then we look at the pass rush. It's a 3-4. What can you expect? 1 sack, 2 sacks. 3 sacks for the starting edge that played the full season. Love a good EAing. Just love a good EAing. Let's take a look at MVP. Dak Prescott. Did we get any rookie award wins? Daniels at 4. Knight, sadly, at 2. That would have been so nice for him to get that because it would have been a dev up guaranteed. Probably still will get a dev up, but you never know. And we're hoping for some dev ups because otherwise that season, not the best. Not the best. The receiving wasn't bad, but everything else pretty much was just awful. Packers versus the Bengals. It's actually the Super Bowl I thought it was going to be instead of the Rams-Bengals a couple years back, but the Bengals do win it all. 74 mil, so even more money to work with, and I re-signed like everyone we need to. DevUps, Daniels actually goes to Superstar. Okay. That was a little unexpected, to be honest. I really didn't think he was going to get a dev up from that. It was probably really, really, really close. Looking at defensively, Knight or Pace doesn't go up in dev. And in general, no one goes up in dev. So it was just Daniels, and everyone else stayed what they were. All right, re-signings. I'm pretty sure, like I said, we've taken this out. We have taken the trash out, if you will. I don't know what that means, because that means the guys we re-signed are trash, because we haven't taken out the rest of the players. We're still able to bring them in. Pollard did regress, and more importantly, he was awful. Murphy, I don't think the money's there. I just don't think it's worth it. Fifth-year option for Scene, absolutely not. Harrison Phillips, I kind of just, glanced over and just, didn't pay attention, but he is actually a pretty good overall. But I think we can rebuild this interior. I think that's definitely a possibility. And Wang Wu is a good player, but that's a lot of money for a kick returner. I mean, it's really not, but in Madden it is. So I think everyone there is going to be let go. So 74 mil, a lot of money. A lot of money. And a pretty bright future. Obviously, Nick Chubb is there. Waddle is there. Holland is there. Joke is here in Newsome. I did re-sign Awuzie, so there's just no point in going for Newsome. I mean, he's great for the future, but we got new names. Landon Dickerson, huh? I might try to go for one of these linemen, but they're really not interested in joining us. Rasul Douglas as a safety could be interesting, but I did pay Bynum as well. Do you go for Nick Chubb? I mean, we need a running back. Our running game sucks. Vikings, not really the best fans of paying running backs that are this old, but we need a running game, and Pollard sure as hell didn't get it done. All right, we paid Nick Chubb a lot, a 3-year, $52.5 million deal, and then Quinn Minor's a 2-year, $28. We still have $44 mil left, and Daniels is obviously still on the rookie deal. It is draft time, my dudes, and I did not think we were going to have pick 14. I thought we were somewhere in the 20s, so I didn't really scout edge too well. Maybe it's a smart thing anyways, is Bryce Huff still on the roster, but maybe I actually go back in here and take a look at edge. And there's this Strickland guy. He's a 1 or 2. He's got a couple of B's in here with an F finesse. Doesn't really matter about that F finesse, but he actually looks kind of decent. But there's also a different guy I think I might end up going with, Floyd Fields, who is 22 years old, B pursuit, B block shed, pretty good athleticism with an A power move. I think he's worth the risk, and hidden dev for a guy I didn't even technically scout. Obviously, the game auto-scouts a lot of players, and you get a decent idea most of the time of who you're going for, but I didn't get to further scout anyone. I have some other linemen here and whatnot. I have Strickland there, but I didn't really put too much thought into him. I want Woodley, though, so I'm going to go to the next round. If Woodley's there, I'm taking him, I think. As in, I'm trading up for him, obviously, because he looks pretty good. We need DT. Doesn't seem like... I think there's a nose tackle. Maybe we could just get the DT later. Woodley is still there, though. Block shed's iffy, but A tackle, A power with a B finesse looks great. Could also just wait for Blake, because I'm definitely going for Price, because we need a nose tackle, but do we then have enough for a linebacker and some linemen? I don't know. But I think we're going to go to the Cardinals. We did end up getting the guard as well, so we only need like 1 or 2 linemen for this season, which I suppose, yeah, we might be able to pull this off. We're probably going to reach into next year a little bit, but I think that's fine. Reaching into next year while trading up for Daniels, I think would have been too much. But now I think it's like, okay, fair enough. They need like the slightest little notch to move on with this trade. We end up trading 14 picks behind them, a 4th round this year, and a 5th next year to move up those 13, 14 spots. Like we mentioned, Woodley, please be a good player, because we are not trading up a lot, but we still traded up for you. All right, just be the goon that I know you can be. Kamal Woodley, 22 years old, automatic starter, even if he's normal dev. And thankfully is not normal dev. All right, we are going to the next round. Strickland goes to the Steelers. I'm a little curious about how good Strickland was. A bunch of B's in there. Maybe the definition of average. Ted Jenkins, the center. I do like a lot of these linemen. Manny French maybe fits a little bit better as the actual guard piece. We only need one more defensive lineman. We probably have options to play nose tackle, but no one as big as Mr. Kendrick Price. Super strong, A tackle, A power move. We see a lot of these guys being hidden. We'll see if that actually happens, but let's move down a few picks, just a little bit. I think we can get away with a couple of picks. Maybe like pick 8 or something like that. Jenkins goes. Barber. I think pick 8. Okay, I'm chill with pick 8. Let's go to the Broncos. It shouldn't cost too much. Maybe I can try to like get this pick for something next year instead. A 3 and a 5 next year. There's no way. Oh Lord. A 3 and a 4 is steep. It's steep, but it's not that steep. Okay, we're just gonna trade up for this year, and then we'll worry about trying to move for next year. Next year into this year afterwards. I'm not too worried about it right now. 6 next year, 7 this year. Boom, we get the trade. It's 6 spots. It's kind of a lot of capital, to be honest. We need a lineman or 2. At least 1, because we traded the center. Actually, no, I didn't trade the center. I was thinking about trading him, and I couldn't because the team was broke. Price, please don't be one of the normals. Yes, he's hidden. He's at least star, 99 strength. He's a kind of a goon. 86 excel as well. That is actually kind of ridiculous. The trades out here are brutal. A 3rd and a 4th next year, a 7th the following year, and Ed Ingram for the 3rd round pick off the Jets this year. Which I get it, because pick 15 is still really high, and we could easily make the playoffs. And, if we even do as badly as we did this year, they gained 1 spot for what? A 4th round pick? Doesn't really seem worth it. Definitely want O-line, but linebacker is a bigger need, and this is the final linebacker there. Pursuit's bad, but the zone, tackle, and block shed is very good, and he's athletic. So, Kamani Bartel, and he's normal, sadly, but he will likely be a starter just because the athleticism alone. All right, we trade a 5th this year and a 3rd 2 years from now with Asamoah for a 3rd round from the Jags. I would really love 1 more trade up, but I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, I really want 2 linemen. Colangelo, I think, is definitely a guy that I'm going to be taking. So Patrick Colangelo is going to be my guy. I don't know if I'm going to trade up for the other guy. Hidden Dev. Hall looks, he looks good enough. But when we're this desperate for the trade up, I don't think it's going to happen. Let's go to the next round. Somehow Hall's there. I'm going to take him. I'm almost certain I already seen the name Hall fall through there, though, unfortunately. And he is gone. Rhodes wouldn't be a bad safety either. I'm going to go to the next round and see if any of those guys are there. If not, I don't know, we trade down that 5th round pick to maybe recoup a little bit for next year, like a 4th round pick if we're lucky. And they're both there. The safety's probably worth trading up for. We can kind of use a safety to replace Bynum at some point, and the depth wouldn't hurt as we're obviously, well, I wouldn't say obviously, but we're unlikely to re-sign Scene. Let's go with the Cardinals. I don't know what it's going to cost, but it's really late, so surely this isn't like some super expensive deal. I could have maybe tried to trade up Bradbury for like a 4th or something to maybe get that other center, but it is what it is. We ended up with a pretty decent draft based on the hidden count we have. Trade that up. Boom! This will be the safety, I imagine, and with that pick, we'll end the draft, which is, like I said, not a bad draft class at all. We do have an A man coverage corner as well, though. He's decent. I think the safety is a little more valuable, though. DeMario Rhodes with a B zone coverage, and he is normal. I don't know why I was expecting hidden, but decent little draft. That pass rusher to land him the way we did was pretty good. Can maybe even trade Huff off for like a 3rd or a 4th round pick. Offensive lineman named Riley Reeve. I know you guys seen that as well. To the freaking Chargers. He's got to be a goon. He has got to be a goon. Our cap drops a little bit, but that's fine. Here's the group. 74, 72, 75, 74, 73, 69. Not bad. Floyd Fields, going to be our new edge rusher. 82 power move. Ton of traits, like a billion of them. This is a pretty good draft pick just based on those alone, but obviously he could be star. If I would guess, I would say star just because of the power move. I think that power move is really high to be higher than star, unless, of course, they were an X Factor, which he definitely was not a generational, but he could have been an X Factor. 80 power move. So Woodley, as advertised with that power move. Let's take a look at the dev. Could be superstar. Star. Just want some superstars, man. Just give me, we got way more hidden this draft, but still, I want some superstars. Kendrick Price, maybe this guy is the superstar. 80 power move, insane acceleration, tackle, play rec, strength is all great. Bull rush, obviously. Pursuit is decent, hip power is all right. 21 years old as well. Starting nose tackle, 100%. And he is a superstar. All right, so we cooked. Of course, Bartell was normal dev, but he is already a very, very high overall. Block shed's great. Zone coverage is okay. Everything else is, as expected. Tackling is pretty good, too. And then Colangelo, I don't know what we're going to do, so I'm not going to change his dev just yet. His position. We're going to check his dev anyways, though, which is, unfortunately, star dev. Was there anyone else who wanted to see, like, the center or something like that? What round was it? This round? I think it was round 4. Was it round 4? Was it round 5? Oh, it must have been round 3, actually. It would make sense, because if he was round 4, I would have definitely traded up for him, right? Colangelo, where is he? There he is. Hall, 69 overall. Okay, so, well, hidden dev, very good pass blocking, so maybe not a bad pick, actually. Probably going to be raw as hell, though. Or superstar dev, of course. Had a choice between the two, and who did I take? Nice. Didn't even really want Clellan, but they needed to get rid of some money. So, huffing a 5th-round pick for some backup depth for the edge, and a 3rd-round pick from the Commanders. Season 2 squad, Daniels getting to superstar. Definitely was a little bit of a surprise. Addison now an 86 overall. Nick Chubb definitely went a little crazy with the 3-year, but worst case scenario, he drops to what? Like a 88 overall, hopefully, no less. And then, he's really bad for the final year. But even then, we had to get somebody good here, and we got somebody good. Would love to see that change direction and Juke move higher, but that's basically the best you're going to get. Need a new center, and assuming we could afford the tackles, we're fine elsewhere. That's really where we need to work on it. Defensively, it should be Carter at that right end spot, not Farrell. Cleveland is no. Safeties, maybe a new free safety, maybe a new cornerback. Linebackers, we need a dev up, but we're okay there, I think. And then we do have to worry about the age of Daniil Hunter, but the squad has never looked as good. A pretty good start to the season, actually. Darisaw needs that contract like we talked about. Awuzie might be fine for another year. Pace definitely gets a contract because that's great money for us. And there's a bunch of different names in here. Might have been someone that slipped through the cracks. Holy Addison. I think we're in an okay spot. But I do worry, though, about Darisaw. Do you really pay a tackle this kind of money? That is a lot of money to pay. But he's that good. He's a franchise tackle, so I'm willing to do it. Boom. Hey, we're in the playoffs no matter what. And a very strong run in general. 12-5. The rest of the division, 9-8, 8-9, 8-9. Very strong. I changed the defensive scheme to the Steelers 3-4, but I kept the Vikings offense. I was like, hey, we actually played all right last season. We had a bunch of good numbers at wide receiver. Why not? Running back, I'm willing to just, we have a good running season. Great. If not, it is okay. We have a good overall there, so at least we're fine. We don't really have to worry about actually getting numbers. Although I will say, not great, right? Like, this offensive, like, we made it to the playoffs, but those numbers are horrendous. I don't know if the defense carried or what. Daniil had 13.5 sacks, which is great. 5 for Carter, 4.5 for the rookie Fields, and then Woodley with 3, Price with 2, but he is the nose tackle. Interceptions, nothing crazy. Kicking, I don't like that. Townsend we did pay. I tried to pay McLaughlin, but he didn't want to take it. But after a season like that, I think he's going to free agency. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Any awards for us? Why not us? Why never the Vikings? Can we have something? Interesting to see Van Ginkel there, because I actually almost signed him as I was like, hey, he's actually pretty good. He was like 85 finesse or something like that. I was like, hey, that's okay. But here we are as a 12-5 team going up against the, 8-9 Saints. Don't lose to the Saints. Going to the end of the game. Saints do not score. We do. Saints do score a touchdown. We do as well. 14-7. Halftime will remain that. Saints, nice drive to start the second half. We're up by 4, now up by 11. And we will win the first game. Not by a whole lot, but enough. It was enough. We got to the divisional round. We at least got a win. Jaden Daniels, good completion percentage. No touchdowns, but Chubb did have 3 of them on the ground, so it's fair enough. Defensively, any crazy numbers? Carter with 2 sacks. We don't really have that many big names on either side of the ball just yet. So we're still, we're still growing, and I'm a little surprised that we're even winning playoff games this soon. Into the divisional. The Cowboys. That is a tough scheme to beat. We have a higher overall than them, but we have a worse scheme, and we do not have the balance they have. End of the game. 3-0. Defense is doing a pretty good job so far. 3-3. 10. 10-3. 10-6. Huge field goal before half. Up by 10. Cowboys finally getting a touchdown on the board. We're up by 10 again. One score could do it. And the defense absolutely clutches up and has us into the championship round. Little surprise. It's a lackluster offense, but they haven't thrown any interceptions, haven't any turnovers in the playoffs so far, and the defense is cooking up. Defense did a pretty good job. We actually out-sacked them, which they have freaking Micah Parsons. A lot of field goals, but points are points. Championship round. The Niners. Damn, we have to go to the Cowboys and then the Niners. The matchups are crazy. Here it is. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. The Niners starting off strong with 7. We finally bounce back with 7 ourselves. They get another 7, though, and we're going to be trailing this game 17-7 in the half. Field goal's nice, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Down 7, and they're just scoring touchdowns left and right. But we're not giving up. The offense wants it, and they're not going to get it. They need to make a crazy play happen here, and it is a field goal, but they hit it. Clock is running out. The team is actually in a good position here, but they're going to need the onside kick, and the clock is draining. I mean, you got to kick the field goal right now because this clock is moving. EA, please. EA, please, relinquish the rights. Like, what are we doing? Relinquish them now. Apparently it takes 30 seconds to get the field goal unit on. Gotta love that. Kept the timeout because I'm like, hey, get the onside kick. We'll have 20-some seconds left with 1 timeout. Maybe we make it happen. Didn't matter anyways because we didn't get the onside kick. But wow, what a game. Because clearly we'd want that clock to be moving like that. Definitely. Lost by 7, but it is what it is. You know, it was a really good run to the championship round. Once again, no turnovers on offense, but wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the season we had. Very impressive. We can build on that. Let's see who actually does win the Super Bowl. Can't wait for it to be the Chiefs and the Niners. That'd be a super fun original match. Hey, nice. Original matchup. Beautiful. We love it. Who would have thought? And the Niners do win. Let's take a look at our dev-ups if we had any. Don't think any on offense. I do not believe so. Defensively, though, none here either. Not even Bartell. Oh, my lord. The dev-up lacking is really hurtful. But it be what it be. On to year 3. Resignings. I think we took care of everything we needed to. The O-line and, pace. Awuzie we didn't actually, which I did wait for a reason. Because I was like, we might be able to do better. 84 overall. Let's see how good he is. He's still got to be pretty decent. He's pretty good. Even if we paid him this money and we found better, that's not bad for a number 3 that's that good. 9 mil for a number 3 that good is not bad. And, if worst case comes, he'd be the starter. Bradbury's not bad, but we can definitely do better, and we have the ability to. And then McLaughlin should have taken the deal when you had a chance. But now it's too late. We don't want you. You had a bad year. That's all I can say. We've moved on. 70 mil, though. 87 overall. Very good overall. Missing a few pieces. Don't know who we can replace. O-line, we could definitely use a new center. Our left guard should have been a center. Tooney playing guard instead of tackle, which we almost always just sign him and then put him at tackle would be interesting. But free agency, gotta say, pretty weak in almost everything other than O-line. So smart to re-sign Awuzie when we did. Might go O-line, but other than that, I think we're going to be avoiding the money pit. We are officially in the draft. The Titans with the first pick overall. I don't ever see them win the Super Bowl, but do we ever see them with the first pick? I feel like that's not a common thing. The Dolphins at number 2, and then the Seahawks at number 3. I'm speaking of the Seahawks. I'm wondering, what team would you guys like to see a 10-year rebuild of? I was kind of thinking Texans or Panthers, but I'm also kind of thinking maybe maybe like the Broncos or Seahawks. There's a lot of teams that would fit a good 10-plus year rebuild. I could do a 15, 20, or a 30, but if we're going to be honest with you, by the time it's even, year 10, it feels like there's nothing to draft. The team building process is already over, and at this point, we're just like, it's just going through the motions. But speaking of this rebuild, we will have a cornerback likely as our pick, as the future of cornerback is definitely needing to be upgraded, as obviously this is probably the last season that we keep Awuzie. As far as which corner is there, I'm almost thinking about trading up. I mean, if our guy's still there, I have to trade up, I think. I had two, and I think, they're both good, but obviously Means looks better. And in the past, I'm like, oh, the shorter guy almost always has Dev, whereas the taller guy usually doesn't. And then I was proven wrong that one time, and I didn't want to talk about it. So I think we're going to trade up for Means. I was going to wait until Means went, or maybe Barton went, and then take the other one, but I think this is a good spot. Oh, it's the interdivisional. The freaking this is like one of the most commonly first-round traded conferences in the freaking divisions in the league. This division does not care. It does not care. They will let you have anything you want for the right price, which I like. Who gives a crap? I mention all the time, but who cares what you're giving someone else if you feel it's helping you a ton, right? It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. The only way I'm thinking maybe not is if for a fact the team's taking QB. If they're taking QB because it's so obvious, like when the Bears traded up for Fields, that was the most obvious thing in the world, maybe we're talking a different story. But obviously, this isn't the case. We're not trading up for QB. All right, we make the trade official. Kind of costed us a lot. A late third, but a third to move up 8 spots, a 5th and a 6th next year, and a pretty young cornerback to move up those 8 spots, like I said. This is a really good round. 20 to 24 is a really good spot for talent still. Who is this tight end? I don't need a tight end that bad, but I'm just kind of curious. Of course, there's always these really good tight ends when I don't need them that are late first. If I need a tight end, a guy like that is going top 10 every single time. It's insane. That guy is so solid looking, yet when I need a tight end, it's just never something like that. Either way, Brandon Means, please be hidden. Oh, that's a weird spot because it's do you start him right away to get him Dev, or do you just sit him because you're I'm just going to draft a new one next year? I don't know, but let's go to pick 30 in the second round. We need O-line for the future. I did get Batonio from free agency. It was a 1-year 20, which is pretty costly, I will admit, but he's obviously a really good starter now. And then future-wise, O-line is definitely a problem. DT could be a problem, as I don't know if Carter's the guy, and Monroe has my first name, so he's obviously a god. That's kind of how that works. Francois, we got some running backs. Don't really have much trade bait. At best, I can maybe get back to the 5th round. So if we're thinking about, we don't need linebacker. Do we need DT? Kind of. O-line is all over the place. I'm going to trade down to the 4th round and hope one of those day 3s are there, because I might be able to land 2 of them if they're both there. I don't know. Okay, the Bears are cooking. They are cooking. A 2nd and a 7th this year and a 5th next year, 2 years from now, for these 2 late 3rd round picks, one of them being our own, actually. Don't know what they're going to be taking here, but I am curious. Morton. I can't remember if he was good or not, but that is a very good trade for us. I can't lie. That is a masterful trade for us. That absolutely works out for me. Any extra players we didn't expect to see here, like Ziegler? Definitely need a wide receiver 3. He had a little bit of speed. It was a really slow wide receiver class from what I've seen. I think you just go O-line, though. Oh, Kitchen is still there? Oh, give me Brian Kitchen. Thank you. I double-tapped it. We got a hidden Dev. Is this the year we actually have depth on O-line and we're kind of cooking? We can't lose these centers. One of them's going to be there. This is a dub. Come, please. Okay, let's just pretend I have no players. Yeah, that's funny. Haha, you got me. Now, who do you take? I think Chapman's a safer bet. So James Chapman, 6'1", 21 years old. Hidden Dev, speed as well. We absolutely popped off. And this wide receiver isn't the fastest, but he's got a bunch of Bs, and he's around 3 to 4. This could be a hidden. He's not, but I think in the 7th round, that is a dub of a pick. Unless those potentials were a complete lie, that felt like insane value. That felt like really good value. That was a lot of Bs. Even that one that was A to C, it still had a chance to be a C, or a C to D, C to F, whatever the hell it was. But draft recap. Okay, so he's normal dev, but he is actually a very high overall, 78 overall with 82 man. I mean, I can't remember Chidobe Awuzie's stats, but there's questions there. This guy's actually really balanced too. Left guard, I suppose, is a position we need, so I'm not going to even check his dev. Chapman could start. Our left guard from last year probably would just move to center, though, this season, so I don't know if we actually have a spot for this guy, but depth, that's hit. It's always a good pick. And then wide receiver, I guess we'll take a look at Dylan Samuels. Yeah, there's definitely something there with him. I mean, I don't know if he'll ever be anything for us. Oh, injury stamina toughness is really bad, but I don't see why that overall is so low. 82 catch, 82 spec, 80 catch in traffic, 77 release, all in the 70s pretty much for the route running stuff. How is that a 68? I don't know, but it is what it is. Season 3 team have not changed anything for the schemes. Maybe we should, though, because our offense was really bad last season, but we got to the championship round, so what can I really say about it? I desperately need a dev up for these linebackers, though. I don't know if it's just because we're in a 3-4, but we need it. And then Means moves to number 2, because believe it or not, Mekhi Blackman, even though he is star dev, is already 27. And his man and zone coverage are not great. So I'm really glad we went with corner. We should have probably went with 2 corners. That's how bad our cornerback spot is. I don't know why I just completely forgot about Blackman's starting age. But, yeah, new corner for next year. Again, maybe 2 new linebackers. At least one to potentially, if we don't get a dev up, have some competition. But I suppose Bartell is still really good, even if he's normal. And we gave Pace a pretty large contract for lengthwise. And then, obviously, running back we're going to need to get soon. Chubb only dropped down a few overalls, luckily, but one of those was speed, so he's now at 89 speed, which is definitely something. It is re-signing time, and with that money in the top right, I guarantee there's some big names. Obviously, Addison and Hunter are 2 of them. Garner Johnson is another one of them. Quinn Miners, O'Neal, Awuzie, Bynum. Okay, so, I mean, we could definitely afford all these players. Batonio. But the one thing I can tell you for sure is that this team is going to be worse next season without a singular doubt. This team is going to be dropping off in talent, very much so, because we're going to lose Awuzie. We might be getting rid of, I actually don't know who, but let's just sign everyone we can, call it a day, 7-year, 120, boom. Daniil is, what, a 2-year deal? That is absolutely okay. I do worry that the money, the age is starting to get up there quite a bit, but another year for sure should be fine, and then the year after, it's kind of like we're paying him for just being good for this and this next year. But Quinn Miners, this is pretty similar to what we had to pay anyways, right? We had to pay, no, it's actually 14 mil per. Either way, let's go with a 3 or 54. Of course he wants more. Maybe I should have just signed him for more at the time. Anyone else? Gardner Johnson. Safety is a pretty tough position for me to develop, so I would like to keep him. So with those 2 accounted for, we have 57 mil left, which is not a lot, because we have to pay O'Neal and yet another safety in Bynum. This should go, though. So we now have 36 mil, haven't even factored in our quarterback, Mr. Daniels. Yeah, we're in a bit of a worse spot than I thought. It feels like we're okay right now, but that's because we haven't factored in Daniels' contract yet. Bynum, oh my lord, but please. What are his actual ratings? He's at 83 overall, but if he has bad zone, I mean, he's just barely good enough. I don't know if I even want to do that many years, though. I might actually let go of Miners. I think I might let him go. What a goated upgrade for Nick Chubb. A speed upgrade. Oh, he actually gained 2 speed. He had 2 upgrades this season, apparently. Must have been really early on or something like that. But clutching up. We like to see that. Really nice turnaround of the season. Should be in the playoffs no matter what, but it is a tough division, so I imagine the conference is tough in general. And we see a win there. We get the wildcard round, stealing the Lions spot on the seeding. We'll take a look. Jaden Daniels, touchdown sucked, but yards, top 3. The win-loss, like I said early on, we were struggling. I didn't change anything because I was like, you know what? The Vikings, offensive scheme got us to the championship last season. I'm going to let it fly. Of course, it's not really doing super well for the actual numbers for Jaden Daniels, but maybe the rushing numbers. Yeah, a lot of rushing touchdowns. Nick Chubb, another year in the scheme and just cooked. Then looking at wide receivers, Jefferson was pretty good. Addison, was it enough for Adeva? Maybe. Cooks was really good at number 3, and then Hawkinson is not really being used. Ironically enough, it's the Vikings scheme with the Vikings team, and yet they're playing not really like the Vikings. You know, Hawkinson's definitely put up better numbers than that. Sack totals, it's a 3-4. I've got the Steelers defenses. I think that's kind of the best 3-4 you can get is, you know, you look at real life and they have maybe the best 3-4 edge in the league. Fields, I'm trying to think if there's other teams, maybe the Chargers, I guess, but they can't stay healthy. But looking at Daniel Hunter and Fields not really doing his job here. Picks, we had 2 interceptions. 2. That has got to be the lowest I've ever seen. Let's see what those numbers look like compared to the rest of the league. They got to be at least 5 or 6 below every other team. 2 picks. 4 for the Dolphins, 6 for the Buccaneers. 2. I don't think that's beatable. Like, that is so badly beatable. If you're using the team, you'd have to spam X every time. Because you would just get that accidentally in the first 4 weeks. That's wild. Mahomes wins MVP. That is not wild. That's very common, actually. Any award wins? Means at number 2. Would have been nice to see that. Quarterback at number 9, which tells you that touchdown rank. Chubb at number 2. Wide receivers at number 5 and 6. O-line not on the list, surprisingly. D-line not on the list. Linebacker at number 3. DB at not on the list. Kicker at number 1. Dicker, I think, already would have won an award because he's star dev, so I don't think he can get to superstar, unfortunately. But here we are. 83 overall Panthers versus the 89 overall Vikings. Can we get past the championship round this time? Game 1 should be at least almost a gimme. Was last year, even though it was kind of a close game, I believe. But the Lions move on. Can we join them? Not physically, of course, because we would not be playing them. But 7-0, decent start. And just like last year, the defense is kind of the carrying factor. 7-6, despite the fact that the offense is playing horrendously. 14-6, they get the touchdown and the 2-point. Nice drive for the touchdown. Up by 7, they get a field goal. 1 touchdown would do it. Instead, it's anyone's game, and on 4th and 1, they're going to kick the field goal. I don't know if I agree with that. You got Nick Chubb. You got Nick Chubb, and you're not going to run this ball. You have Nick Chubb in one of the best lines in football. Like, go get this yard. And Nick Chubb really didn't get that. He needed 1 yard. I tried to truck, and he didn't get it. He's washed. He's washed. He is absolutely washed. I probably sold us. And they ran out of time. Whoo, that was a close call. Wow. 1 to beat and didn't get it. That would be the most despicable thing in the world. Faster fall off than Todd Gurley. And that's not even true because of the age. But you know what I mean. How could he just not get a yard? Like 1 yard. Sack totals, Daniel Hunter cooked. Derek Brown was decent. Price had a sack. A couple of, group effort sacks. Hughes with a pick. But we make it on to the next round. Disgustingly, but we make it to the next round. And it is so humid nowadays. I don't know why. That old Cottonmouth Kayer is in. It's a disaster. Wait, Price's block shed? Wasn't he power move? He might actually be a goon. Wait, what? His run stopper is 84 despite having 78 block shed. That is kind of wild. Either way, we are moving on to the next round, divisional round. We're one of the lower seeds, so it could even be the Packers we're going against. I don't know exactly who got the bye week. And it is, in fact, the Packers. We don't hate this, though, because they're not that good of an overall, and I almost never see them win a Super Bowl. So let's go with the play rec. Both teams will have play. I mean, why would I even want that then? We have 5 overalls on them, and Aaron Jones is still the starting running back, which can't bode well. Nick Chubb cooking up back-to-back games now in the playoffs here. 14-10. And it's pretty close still. Second half, they have the lead. We get the touchdown. That's big. They get a touchdown back, though, and on 3rd and 8, this is a big play. Oh, no. That is obviously a punt. Defense got to make a play, and on 3rd and 11, they do get the stop. Offense could have their final chance here. Driving down nicely and going to finish off with a touchdown, but can the defense hold? 4th and 5, they get the first down. Clock is running out. Is this a Hail Mary? Or is the clock running? Let's see. And it's running. We win the game. We're headed back to the championship round. Nice. Nice. I was going to see if it was, the final play. Wanted to see what happens, but very, very close game here. Similar across the board. Rushing, though, Nick Chubb cooked up. Aaron Jones probably needs to retire. Looking at defense, good bit of sacks for us. No interceptions, and kicking was perfect. I'm worried about the kicker, though. I just have a feeling there's just no way we get best kicker of the year and he doesn't sell us at some point. There's just no chance that that doesn't happen. And look at that upgrade. That's why you go slot. 2 to man, 1 to speed, 1 to zone. What a freak. He is so good already. So I can't believe how slow Dwayne Carter's developing, though. He's a 75 overall, and he got a star dev breakout year 1. It's kind of crazy, but I guess that's just another position we'll have to... Didn't I say play rec? Why did we get a... It's like, hey, you were right. Being smart and recognizing plays is the smart way to go. Here's some hit power. What? Oh, no, not the Cowboys, brother. Please, let me have a chance. Hey, you know what? We won last year against them. Oh, the Chiefs, too. Ugh. Beat them last year, but lost to the Niners, so maybe we'll have a repeat of last year. I would pray for it. 7-0. Answer back with 3. Defense gets to stop. No score, though. 14-3 now. 14-10. 14-10 at halftime. I mean, it's anyone's game, but we feel like we're basically down 2 times. I told you the kicker was going to sell us. You didn't believe me. Oh, it doesn't matter anyways. Can't sell us if the offense is this ass. Oh my god, are these guys for real, dude? This is a disaster. Looks like we're going to be having a year 4 without a Super Bowl berth. I mean, it's not easy. Don't get me wrong, but still. Jefferson got locked. He got absolutely locked. Deron Bland is insane. But locking up Jefferson like that? That's kind of crazy. Of course, we got to do what we can just to continue this one. And, of course, all of our best players are off the field now, pretty much. In behind is Ed Addison. One of our only good players on the field. I'd say all our best players are off, but it was basically just Jefferson. But still, that's... he's important. Okay, what can I say? Still off the field. Okay, why not? Let's just do it without him again. And we got hit late. Hawkinson had a chance, doesn't get it. We have to get the touchdown. We can't, kick a field goal and go onside. It's not late. It was actually a hold. Okay, this team does just suck then. Got the best line in football for this season because it's going to be gone next year. And we're holding. Please. Jefferson's back. It's probably just a one-on-one with him. Yeah, we'll go Addison. Oh, my God. I can see why he held. We're actually going to have no chance at this thing. The coverage is locked down. The blocking is iffy. And I get the Cowboys are a decent team, but this is what I want in my Madden franchises. I leave it on all Madden base, and it's like this for the first game or two, and then out of nowhere it just disappears. And then I have to change the sliders. That doesn't work. I don't know, dude. Game is just the way it is. Addison is so open. Perfect throw. Oh, my God, it's not. He stayed in bounds. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It probably doesn't matter anyways, but it's still just we get out of bounds there and a lot more yards on top of it. You got to take the one-on-one. Jefferson doesn't catch it. 7 seconds left. It's you got to have it here. We have to somehow catch it and have at least a second of time to be able to kick an onside kick, but this is just no way. And that actually had a chance, but Daniels missed him. That was actually, really good. And he missed him. Damn, GG. GG's to the Vikings. We're making it far, but we just can't get to the Super Bowl. And, of course, it is because EA is just the way they are. The Cowboys are apparently the greatest team of all time. They would have been a dynasty 10 times over if it was up to EA. But, it's not. It's not realistic. They have, the best rated players, ever, and they never do anything in real life. But yet, in Madden, they constantly smoke every team. To the Super Bowl, who is it going to be? I mean, the Viking scheme is doing enough for us. So the problem is, what happens when the Chiefs are in again? What happens when Nick Chubb is gone? What kind of run game we're going to have? Probably none. None game. That's what it'll be called. That's just a video game related to the church. Oh, my. DevOps. Addison was star, right? I feel like he's been star forever. Star dev, what a win. That is a dub. Chubb, speaking of dub, only 89 overall drop, so totally worth going for him. He's 31 now, and he is absolutely usable. Loses some pretty big ratings, but 90 speed with 92 truck, 90 stiff arm, 88 juke move is totally worth it. It's a lot of money, but find me another running back that's as good as him for even any money. Not going to see it. And then defensively, no dev ups again, dude. The linebackers are just ass, apparently. And Means is still normal dev, which is really unfortunate. But I guess we're just not going to get dev ups at the linebacker position at all. Edge or off ball, it doesn't matter. It's just not happening. 64 mil, though, we do need to keep Daniels. It is a what's even the point? It's 62 mil for the tag, or 5th year. I might as well just wait till next year. Maybe I'll get him on that price or cheaper. What's the point? There's no point at all. Franchise tag for Quinn Miners, that's kind of on par with what he was going to ask for anyways, but the offensive line didn't get us a Super Bowl, this season, so why commit to it? Dicker was also very good. I know he missed that extra point, but he is very good. 6 mil per, even though I know I could let him go to free agency and it would be cheaper in the long run just to sign him, but I'm going to be a little more realistic with it and actually pay him, good money. But yeah, 58 mil, there's really not much we can do because we are right up against it once we have to pay, Gonzalez. Not Gonzalez, but I do want to pay him if I can. That would be an interesting name. We do need something to draft, though, so at the end of the day, if this isn't going to work out, I'm fine with it. We'll draft corner first, but let's just see. And he does not join us. Miners to the Titans, Tyreek to the Titans, and Gonzalez to the Saints. We can definitely replace who we lost. Lost 2 guards, but that's fine. We probably already do have that replacement already just from last year's draft. But yeah, draft a corner, draft a DT, depth. All right, we are in the draft, and I got to say, this is the worst timing for this to happen, but it is a very weak cornerback class. You'd argue that Gates anyways, who is the guy I have on my list at the highest, is by far the number 1 in this class. And, you look down, and it is terrible. Look at this guy with 2 Fs. It is not a good group at all. Like, it is just so bad. I do have a couple of safeties that I scouted further, though. Wait, did I not scout? Oh, no, I said that B-man coverage is good enough. If you got B-man coverage as a safety, you're able to play corner. And then Peppers, I didn't get to scout further. I felt like the B to D man coverage was probably a tell that it's D, and I had other guys that I needed to scout. So I think it's between Gates, Albert, and Carmichael. It seems like Carmichael is at least going to be there. I might just, go until it's down to just one of them. Although if Gates is at like 25, I think I got to trade up because he's like a true corner. Plus, he's also 20. Which is definitely something. All right, Albert and Carmichael are both there. They're both good. Carmichael probably builds and looks better as a cornerback. But Albert is one of the fastest safeties I've ever seen in the draft. So he has a 4.38. So let's say 1st, 5th, 4th versus Carmichael, who is 2nd, 6th, 6th. They're both very fast, though. I don't know who I want more. Albert in the 1st round. Or if I trade down and get Carmichael at 10. Man coverage B. Carmichael could have a D zone coverage, but it's probably unlikely because he has that B man. I don't know. I like the 5'11", 2'8". Wait, so are they both 21? Please tell me you're 22, Carmichael. Okay, there we go. That'll make it count. 1st round safety. Lamar Albert, welcome. Hey, hidden dev. A little bit slower than I thought, though. 4.3840 with those good other drills, and I don't know. That kind of seems a little iffy. But hey, he's got good enough speed for an NFL corner, and, well, he's got to play there. We're taking a page out of the old Packers playbook, which is never worked for them ever. Looking at the defense, I kind of think we need D-line. A DT or an O-line wouldn't hurt, Dillard or something like that. But also a running back would be kind of fun. But I think we take DT. But there's multiples. They all look pretty good. So I think you actually trade back and then trade up. So maybe trade to 10, and that just works out on its own. It'd be nice to add some sort of, I don't know, about 3rd round pick, but something. I guess a 6th round pick is what they're saying. 6th round pick does not feel great, but At the end of the day, it's better than what I got currently. So, I mean, we kind of have no choice. Go to the Browns, 71 and 167, which moves us to 7th, which gives them a tight end. I don't know if that's good or not. Dillard goes. He was definitely one of the solid-looking linemen. Favorites? Alrighty. All 3 DTs are still there. We trade back another 10 spots. I feel like within those 5, we're going to see several go. So we'll see if we can add anything, even if it's like a 7th round to move back 3 spots is fine. Seahawks is definitely an interesting trade, but I don't think we get that lucky. What is it? 86 versus... Where's the Seahawks? 86 versus 87. 5th this year. I mean, if we get enough here, we might be able to trade up like all that stuff to get like a high 4th. But I do worry that we're not going to get a DT now. Like, there's going to be a few of these guys going soon. All right, so far so good. So far, I would say it's worth it. So far, worth it for sure. Although I feel like the AI is going to end up landing the hiddens, and we're going to land a normal, which kind of defeats the whole damn purpose, doesn't it? Scott was one of them. And that was one of our linemen. That's fine, though. We just want our DTs to stay. Looking really good so far. There's no way we get to 22. There's no way we get to 22. And I think that was definitely one of them. I cannot risk this. I got to trade up 1 spot. I might have to give up like a 6th-round pick for this just because I want to make sure that it's like a fair trade. That Jackson DT, our middle linebacker, looks really good too. Well, I'm going to trade with the Bills. I suppose a 7th-round pick, especially if they have multiple players on their board, which it doesn't seem like they even have DT anyways, that's a pretty good value, right? Gaining a 7th, even for next year, to move 1 spot is actually huge value. A whole extra player to move 1 spot. It's not even, the 1st or the 2nd round. It's late 3rd. But with this pick, we're going to be taking whatever DT was remaining. Rhodes, obviously we don't know that finesse. It could literally be a C, but you got to assume one of their pass rush ratings are going to be high, so Rhodes is the guy. Sadly normal. Who knows? Maybe the finesse did suck. But even then, a C finesse is still okay. Was it worth it? I don't know. I can't tell you. Wide receiver Webster looked pretty decent. He was fast. Running back Randall. Definitely could use O-line. Randall did not look very fast. Oh, this is one of those block shed type guys, I think. Or not block shed, break tackle guys, which is pretty cool. It's 99 break tackle, but it's not usually worth it. We're going to go to the next round, and if one of the linebackers is somehow there, I'm trading up, I suppose. I think we're fine at linebacker, but if the value's there, I might as well. Maybe get a hidden for once. And they're gone. I think we moved down until one of the linemen is gone. We're trading Keegan and a 5th-round pick to move up to the middle of the 4th round, which, I mean, we actually fell down pretty far here. We're going to be ending up grabbing Einstein, the offensive lineman. Mark Einstein. Don't know a lot about him, but good enough with the awareness and run block to take a chance. Normal dev. I was really hoping we'd have snagged a hit in there because we don't have any backup hiddens. All the guys on our roster now need to start. And we trade up our 6th round next year with our 4th round this year to move up like 8 spots, as there's a solid-looking running back named Brian who's just fast enough, I think, to maybe even be like the next Nick Chubb for this team. So, I do like Webster, but yeah, Brian's our guy. He's got a bunch of A's, a B. He's decently fast, like I said, and of course, B truck, B stiff arm. Hoping for the best. Nice! Hidden dev with 93 excel, 90 speed. He's actually solid. Maybe that's the running back of the future. I don't know. That is a win. That is absolutely a win. And we really do need wide receivers. I'm just hoping we have the cap space to sign them. Let's see what we got for any players. Another running back. Why not, I guess. DeAndre Monty. Speedy. Normal dev, 91 speed, 91 XL. I don't really know how that happens, though. He definitely looked faster than Brian, yet technically isn't. Brian has 1 less speed, but he has 2 better Excel, so you decide what's more important. Speed is, but 2 Excels, 2 Excel. Oh, come on, man. Why do you think I would want this? Why do you think I would want this? Draft recap, though. $50 million, which, like, all of that's going to Daniels. 68 for the running back. 72, 72, 75, or 75, 72, 75, 74. I guess we'll take a look at Albert because we're going to be putting him at cornerback anyways. Very raw, but great hit power. Please be Superstar Plus. I need it, because this is... The cornerback group has gone back. It's gone back to the Vikings normalcy. I don't even know if that's a word. Rhodes was a bad pick, unfortunately. 78 finesse is good, but yeah, that's he's not going to replace Carter anytime soon. The O-lineman was a 75 overall, very good pass blocking player, but not hidden, unfortunately. And then running back Kendrick Bryan. He's pretty good and balanced. We'll take a look at that dev. If he's Superstar Plus, that'd be amazing, but 99 times out of 100, they're star. Oh! Okay, I guess we got the one! That is the future of running back. Nice! So I'm about to say, before that, looking at that dev, this is a pretty bad draft for us. But it ended up working out pretty well. Obviously, we have to take a look at the other safety that we could have had. Where did he go? Where did he go? There's no way he went all the way at 16. Hidden. No, that's the wrong guy. Okay, what the hell am I doing? Where the hell is he? Carmichael was literally right there, and it just, glitched over. Wait, what? Wait, he's already Superstar. Huh? How is that possible? Alright, he's Superstar Dev. We absolutely chose the wrong guy. Interesting. Better in coverage as well, and he's taller with the same athleticism. Well, we made the wrong choice, but at the same time, could you really have blamed us? 1 year younger and all that good stuff. Got him in the first round, so we do get that 5th-year option, I suppose, which almost never used on a corner, but yeah, cornerback definitely took a hit. I don't see us even making the playoffs. If we're barely, well, I wouldn't say barely, but if we're, inconsistent making the playoffs, and we can't win the championship round with last year's team, I don't see how with this year's team that vastly downgraded that we'll be able to do it. I don't know. I just don't see it. But let's trade off some players, maybe get some draft capital. Running back, wide receiver's an issue, but McClellan, I mean, maybe he's worth, I don't know, a 5th-round pick if we're lucky. All right, 1-to-1 swap. We need the wide receiver. They need the running back. Both are on a 1-year deal. Why not? All right, I'm going to feel like this is a season, year 4, where we're going to have to change the schemes up, because I'm not saying we're playing badly, but our numbers are not really as good as they should be, and it's definitely affecting the team's development. Whereas, Carter is just he's terrible. He's 76 overall. He's got good power move, okay block shot, but he is just not developed at all. I don't know what it is. It's got to be something to do with the scheme, but this offense should be cooking the way more than it is. We got Addison, we got Chubb, we got Jefferson, we got Hockenson. We had the best line in football, and we had a capable quarterback, yet we put up 25 passing touchdowns. I know we had some rushing ones, but it was not a good offense, and I hate that the scheme determines how good you do or how well you do so much, but that's just the way it is. I don't know what scheme we can change to that's different than normal, but maybe the Rams. I'm trying to think. They don't really use the tight end. This team does throw to Peterson. Jefferson, they would throw to Cup, not in the sense that he plays the slot, though. I don't know. Let's try the Raiders again. It's been a while. Let's go with spread, go with the Raiders, and then defense. Let's go with the Chargers. Let's go to the Raiders as well for defense. Why the hell not? Let's just do the whole damn thing. We're the freaking Minnesota Raiders. Hey, Fields is got 10k XP. Can he get to Superstar? Because we really need another edge rusher. Danielle Hunter is on his last legs here. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Oh, I must just sold that opportunity. All right, how screwed are we? Daniels for sure. Nick Chubb can't because he's going to retire pretty much. His regression's going to be hard this season. Carter, no. And I want to keep Hockenson, but that is a lot of money as well. I mean, we might be able to barely afford Hawk and Daniels, but does not help that Daniels is completely red interest. Close to home, no income tax, and league favorite. For winning the Super Bowl. I don't know about that now. Let's see. 42. Oh, it's 42 mil per? Oh, we have a lot of money. I didn't realize that was... Okay, we're actually okay. 5-year 220. Maybe even overpaid him technically, but I'm chilling actually. I thought we were completely screwed. Never mind. That's fine. Hockenson, basically what he's getting paid real life pretty much, if I'm not mistaken. A 2-year... about 40 mil, whatever you want to call it. We could actually afford some other players. If Nick Chubb doesn't regress too hard, maybe we keep him. I know we have the superstar running back sitting back up, but we know how this game goes. It does not matter. They need to be a 90 overall, or otherwise they're going to suck. and we don't really have much left in us. We have this season and another season. No matter how much promise we show in that final season, no matter how close we get, how far we get, 5 years is the cutoff. Pretty good season. Not a great start and a really good finish. Almost stole the division. Instead, we're sitting at 13-4 on the road in the wild card round. It is brutal, but that's just the way the structure goes. We'll see how good Jaden Daniels played. Paid him basically $44 million per year, it seems. Nick Chubb. The Raiders scheme cooked for Nick Chubb, though. This might be the scheme going forward when we're like, we feel like we should be winning games. We're not, but we don't want to run the Chiefs or the Cowboys, right? I don't never run the Cowboys, speaking of. I run it maybe once or twice this Madden, but the Chiefs definitely have used them and the Falcons and whatnot quite a bit. But here is what okay, maybe it's not good for the pass game. I don't know. There's no real balanced scheme. We got a really good run game going there, though, and receiving was pretty mid as expected. O-line was great, though. Pass rush, better for Fields, worse for Danielle Hunter, really good for Woodley. I don't know what to think there. Garner Johnson, maybe a superstar dev. Dicker, way better. And then Townsend, down year for him. MVP goes to Dak. It's been Dak and Mahomes the whole way through, I'm pretty sure. Award wins. Anyone? Nick Chubb was an award winner. And close on the linebackers. Fields hopefully goes in dev somehow. But at least we're back in the playoffs. And on the road, like I said, a 13-4 team. And we might lose the first round. This is the team that knocked us out in the championship round the first go. Of course, the Cowboys move on 14-3 over the Eagles. 7-0 against the Niners. Not bad. Hold them to 3. Offense really not doing well again with a new scheme. Picked by Xavier Howard. He just knows how to take that ball away. It's only a 7-point game. It's a 4-point game. Just put it away, please, offense. And taking a page out of the Niners book / Cowboys in this rebuild, at least. Winning with a suffocating defense. I have no idea how our defense just did what they did. Both quarterbacks were equally bad, but our guys, I guess, was a little bit more accurate. Rushing, both guys never really got anything going, but the yards per carry, it's pretty average. Pretty tame game, but it's okay. Tight end battle of catches, but Kittle definitely with more yards. Defensively, Danielle Hunter with some sacks. So we had more sacks than them. Hufanga with a pick, Howard with a pick. Kicking was perfect, and it needed to be for the most part. And we do win the game 13-6. It's a good team. You know, it's a really good team. So while it might not have been a good scoreline for us, if we do that to the Niners, there's a chance that we can do even better if we face a team that's worse. Obviously, the Cowboys, definitely not one of those teams, but I don't think we're going to be playing them here yet anyways. Hopefully not, at least. And we got a bunch of these upgrades I'm going to do. I try to do these upgrades whenever I can when it's like a milestone, like, you know, breakout, trench boost, near the end of the season kind of stuff, just because I want to balance them out as much as possible, but, you know, I can only do so much anyways, because like I said, these upgrades take so long. I don't know if other rebuilders do another speed upgrade for memes, but I don't know if other rebuilders, you know, do all their upgrades manually. There's no way, right? More power to them if they do. That is a long... Like, it's basically, if you were to do all the upgrades manually, it's basically like doing 2 or 3 rebuilds. It is so slow. But here it is, divisional. It could be the Cowboys. It could, and it will be. Damn, son. What was the reason? Was it because of the seeding? So, we were the 5th seed. Oh, crap. The Cowboys weren't the number 1 seed. Buccaneers just had to win, didn't they? Either way, here it is. 87 overall for them. 91 for us. Can we win, or will we have one final season to try and win a Super Bowl? Going to the end of the game, the Cowboys start off strong with 6, not 7. And then they get a stop. They get a field goal. Oh, my Lord. Here we go. 16-0. Oh, here we go. Oh, come on. Really? Really? We're going to score 3 whole points against the Cowboys. Now, I'm going to allow us to lose, right? But I just want to change to the Chiefs and see what the score would be. All right, just curious. Got the Chiefs scheme on. We already scored more points on one drive than we did the whole last game. That is crazy, dude. Like, look at this, bro. Why? Why are schemes that strong? Look! Like, I'm half tempted to just allow it almost. I really am. I'm half tempted to allow it. Like, I'm going to use the Chiefs playbook next season. I'm just going to allow it. I don't even care. For it to be, if it was like we lost 20-17 or something. It was a little bit closer. I would be like, hey, whatever. It is what it is. Maybe we just got really lucky in the sim. But 41 points off of 6 points, was it the first try? Nah, dude, that's not a coincidence. That is literal fact. It is proven that the scheme means so much, dude, and it's so annoying. It should be the players. If I have 2 90-plus overall wide receivers, there should be no guy coming close to under 700. Yet we see that all the time if you have the wrong scheme on. Like, what's so hard about it? What's so hard about having thresholds even? I don't freaking know. Trucking for Brian, why not? If we win the Super Bowl here, so be it. So be it. I was going to run the Chiefs playbook next season anyways. We're not losing any starters that I'm aware of, right? I'm trying to think of who do we have that we might be losing. Re-signed players. Who is it? Oh, yeah, Nick Chubb would drop off in fairness, but we would likely re-sign him as long as he's an 86 plus. Carter, we could probably do better than, honestly. There's a good chance that I go for a DT if we don't win the Super Bowl here. So we probably have a better team, just the running back drops off, but even then, Chubb, we've seen him as an 86 overall do really well, so it is what it is. But hey, who knows? We might lose this one anyways and have a 5th season regardless. And I kind of want to lose because I know there's going to be somebody complaining like, he cheated. Well, EA cheats us out of our money every year. What do you want? Okay? What do you want? 7-0. Okay, maybe we did get lucky because it's almost the 4th quarter. We have scored 0 points. Wow. Okay, here it is. 10-10. Okay, this is a very Green Bay way to lose a championship round, let me tell you. Although, if the clock's not moving, it's going to go to overtime unless you get the block, which, let's be honest. Let's not lie to ourselves. Who is this? It's not Carlson. If it was Carlson, we'd be into the Super Bowl. All right. Overtime. Although, who's our return man? Lockett. Don't actually have a whole lot of speed on this team, so that's the reason why I put him at the return spot. I just couldn't remember if I put him at number 1 or 2. Oh, wow. There was a chance, but I think they had us cut off anyways. 13-all. Here it is, overtime. Both teams get a chance at the ball. Both teams' offenses kind of sucked, but we cooked up in the second half, it seemed, or at least the 4th quarter. Tails never fails, baby. Hell yeah. Kick first, right? I think that's the way to do it, especially in sim. In real life, it's pretty smart, but in sim, it's really smart. Because if you get the score, they're going to go for it on 4th down. 2.5 yards per play when you have 4 tries is not hard to get. But if it's like 4th and 4 and we haven't scored yet, they're likely going to be punting that ball away. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we're wrong. 4th and 5, punted it away from the 20-yard line. A field goal wins it. Oh, no. To the 7. That's a great punt. No way. Wait, what happened? Turnover. Wait, 4th and 7. He missed the kick. Well, we're done. Well, there's that. I can't believe it. I said it a billion times. He was always going to lose us. It was last season I said it, but he was always going to sell us. What a hit, in fairness. From the 31-yard line, 48-yard kick. Real tough one here. Try to ice, but let's be honest. Unless we get the block, we have lost to the Packers because we suck. How do you lose to the Packers in the championship round? It's like literally impossible. Oh! I'm so clutch! Oh, we didn't get it, but that's all right. I clutched up too hard. Who was that? Who was the guy that saved the season? Gentry. There's no way. If we lose this game. Oh my, I'm going to be so mad. Come on, guys. A field goal wins it. Dicker, please. We win! Oh my word. That is the most clutch play I've ever had in Madden history. That I can remember. I think so. That's gotta be. Jaden Daniels did not want to go to the Super Bowl, though. That is crazy. We blocked the kick. Jair with 2 interceptions. Always good in championship rounds. Dicker missed the kick, and then we, of course, blocked Barrett's kick. That is insane. Hey, as a Packers fan, I can say this team gives up a lot of block kicks, and they sure as hell come close to giving up even more. Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. That's crazy. I actually can't believe we blocked it. We had the other block, wasn't it? I can't remember. We tried one of them in this one, I believe. Didn't get it, but we got it there, and boy, did it ever matter, because that was a guarantee for them to win that game, obviously. If they hit that and they don't, we clutched up, and then we have to play the Chiefs anyways. Ugh. Do the Chiefs even have anyone hard to place? I think they had to play the Colts, if I'm not mistaken. Where are the Chiefs? Do they have a bye week? Of course they had a bye week. Why wouldn't they have a bye week? They won by a lot to the Bills, and then they put up a lot of points against the Colts as well. That is not looking good for us. But let's take a look if we have any dev-ups. I don't think any on offense, right? We would have none on offense. Maybe some on defense, though. Offense, none. And then defensively, Gardner Johnson goes to superstar. Fields goes to superstar. Bartell goes to star. Oh, my Lord. Thank you, Jesus. It's happened. The actual miracle has arrived. Wow, that is about damn time. Pace never got up there, and oh, my 4-zone. That is why Field General is goated. 90 overall for Daniels. Maybe this is our year. It only took us cheating against the Cowboys, but, you know, we had to change the scheme. What can I say? The Chiefs, 91 overall versus our 91 overall Vikings. Let's hopefully get it. Going to the end of the game. We got the stop. We got the no score. They get the score. We drive down. We get 7 finally. 7-7, 7-10. Huge touchdown drive there. They're driving down. They get the... Oh, that touchdown before half is massive. They're driving down. We get the stop. Up 4. Come on. This is a really good game back and forth. All right, 24-28. We're leading by 4. They're driving down the field, really. Did they even lose a yard that whole drive? They went for it, which is what you got to do. I don't think they lost a single yard that drive. Tell me we're going for this. No way. That's the difference between losers and winners, bro. 4th and 1, and you're going to punt the ball away? There's no shot. Slant wide open. Could score. Could score! Addison! He's fast. Is he fast enough? He barely is. What a big play. 4th and 1. They sold out. And we had the massive touchdown to Addison. It is not often that we have a big play like that from a short play in these rebuilds. Usually the AI is pretty good at defending. Oh, no. Oh, going backwards. Of course. Of course they're still going to find a way to score. That is insane. They might actually like the Chiefs more than the freaking Cowboys, and that's saying something. 3 points with 3 timeouts, though. You know, I feel good about our chances of at least making this a good one. That's dropped. I mean, it's not easy, but Addison's in the 90s now. He's got to be catching that. I feel like I see this play all the time in our Bisons franchise, but it is what it is. Please. Oh, one-hander! But he fumbles. You've got to be actually kidding me. I'm done, dude. I'm done. I'm done. EA, well, how could you? How could EA do that? I've never seen that animation. I've never seen that animation. I don't know if it's because he's an X Factor, but I have not seen that. That's wild. I've actually not seen a one-hander like that in, like, Maddens. And, of course, Reed comes in and punches it out. Who would have thought? Good one, EA. The Chiefs are the greatest team of all time. To be fair, they're kind of on par for that in real life. I mean, kind of, maybe. I mean, let's be honest. A three-peat would be very hard to replicate, and they just find ways to win. Could be a throw. I would throw it. If I'm going to... Well, there's a 5th season, baby. No one can complain about us cheating now, because the only thing we cheated is ourselves out of a better draft position. He blows Cockinson, let's be honest. Like, what are we doing here? Daniels played a near-perfect game. One of the greatest Super Bowls of all time and loses. Now we know what Jalen Hurts feels like. Unbelievable. Jordan Addison, dude. Oh, Hawkinson. Boo! Boo! We don't like you. That's unbelievable. What a catch. Fumbles. I didn't go for any like break tackles or anything like that. I held right bumper and trucked in. We should have just went down, but I was going for the realism. What player goes down like that? Especially when they're a big dude. No. 5th season. We got to the Super Bowl. We've had some success. Couple of championship runs and actually finally got to the Super Bowl. We were like one little drive away. But we went against the Chiefs, who cannot not score. The Chiefs are the worst. I don't like them. Retirements, any retirements? An early Nick Chubb retirement, maybe? Hopefully not, but Gino, it's all backups pretty much. Not even pretty much, 100%. Don't know what kind of money we have left. Don't know what kind of state Chubb is going to be in, but we're about to find out. Is he flaccid or is he not? Please let me get to the sign-ins. If he's an 86 plus, I think I got to take him back. Phil Staff. I don't know who Phil is. Chubb is 87. I mean, I kind of have no choice, right? I'll do a 1 year 10. 1 year 10. If he doesn't take that, that's ridiculous. There we go. 87 overall is pretty good. Floyd, I think he's going to want... I think he's going to want like 20 mil per. And if I do the tag here, he's going to want 30 mil per the following year. Carter, we can do better. So I don't know if I would say the team is better this year, but there's a good chance that we get a better DT by a lot or interior guy than Carter. So maybe we'll see. Cornerback could be an option too. I don't think we're using our draft picks on... Oh, maybe I am using my draft picks on DT only. Do we just go all out? We obviously have Vita Vea there, but Wiggins would be a great name, but he doesn't want to join us like Jalen Ramsey does. Let's see how good Wiggins is, because he could be the corner of the future. He's got to be pretty damn good. His man in zone, 90. Damn, he's really good. What is his? He wants a scheme fit, which is green. Historic championships. Yeah, I mean, what about, like, historic almost champion? Okay, we're not going to get him. Jalen Ramsey, we at least have a chance at. And he's not even in the scheme fit. So if we change to the scheme fit, we'd actually get him almost guaranteed. But instead of cheesing the scheme fit, I'm just gonna get him the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna overpay him. That's the ultimate old-fashioned. Come on, Jalen. We got corners now. We got corners now. And of course, it's only a 1 year deal. So if we have to sign anyone that we feel like we can't right now because we're broke, that's okay. That's okay. If there's any proven DTs, I would like to get one though. But at the same time, we could just trade, or use pick 31 for a DT, and they'd probably be just as good as Carter out the gate, at least overall-wise. But I am curious to see what we can get. If we can land a DT that isn't going to cost us a fortune, maybe they're already paid or something, I'm kind of down. Ed Oliver would put us down. I don't know. Wait, was Monroe an X Factor, or did he just get up there on his own? Because that is pain if he was an X Factor. Oh, damn, Jermaine Johnson's 87 overall X Factor. He's cooking. All right, we're in the draft. Pick 31. There's a couple of DT types. We have Greenberry, who's got a lot of B's with an A. I think it's going to be another classic one of those. We wait for either him or Lowry to go, and then we just take whoever's remaining. Do also have Khalil Evans, though, so I'm kind of willing to just wait for anyone. I know Evans is a little undersized, but 272, you can make that argument to bulk up a little bit and, be that guy. But another guy I wanted to put a name out on show is Orlando McClain. Really? Are you sure it's not Rolando McClain? Are you sure? Actually, I don't remember how his name was spelled, but if you move the O and the R, is that actually how he spelled his name? Either way, let's move down and hopefully not have to trade up. I mean, it's 1 of 2, so there's a good chance that Greenberry goes like 20, and then another one goes like 23, so probably not, but you never know. We could get lucky. And I must be some sort of god. Greenberry literally went at 20. Literally. Wait, is that the other guy too? We have to trade up to 22 to get Lowry. Wow, okay. I did not expect that. I don't know why. I am a little confused by that, a little surprised, but we're definitely trading up with the Niners. They might even need a DT, but, well, we're going to give them a trade. They can't 190 mil. Okay, they do need a DT. Sounds like they need draft picks as well. This third-round pick might be not enough, yeah. Don't want to get rid of a fourth round this year, so if I can do a fourth next year. Damn, okay, maybe I am going to get rid of this when we trade down that second-round pick. Wow, what is going on here? Why is my money... Can I actually just not get this trade? I might just not be able to get the trade. I'm going to move down. Not move down, but I'm going to let it happen. And they take Rolando McClain. Let's try the Falcons now. We got lucky. We took 2 chances there. Falcons, technically in a 3-4, so I'm like, hey, let's make sure that they don't steal our guy. How about that? 24 should cost us less as well. You would think the 1 and the 3 now should be fine. Oh my God! Can we please just get the trade? Just tell me what you need. What do you need from me? I could make this happen, but I don't want to pay too much. Right tackle, I can't do that. Sorry. Rhodes we just got, and I kind of want the depth. Need somebody that's kind of cheap, that's good depth on this team. Roads, speaking of different roads. 4th this and a 6th next. I mean, it's a lot, but I do not want to lose this guy. I could probably do a 7th next and get away with it. Don't even have a 6th next anyways. Oh, please stop. Am I crazy, or are we trading like a lot to get this, and the game just like doesn't care? They don't care about our feelings. Well, we make the trade, but it costs us a lot. Lost a 3rd and a 4th to move up 7 spots. It's not like we're in the first 10 picks. I guess, I mean, it's a bit of a jump, but Lowry's going to be my guy. Jason Lowry. Definitely been hit or miss with these, right end, left end type of, big dudes. Jason Lowry's going to be my guy, and he's hidden. Thank you, Lord. Because that would have been a really bad trade-up if not. There's some really good players, like a safety I could really use for the future, but at this point I think it's trade down and maybe even draft like future linemen again. Just have options. See what we got, though. Linebacker wouldn't be the worst, but it's not the biggest need. Oh, actually, pass rusher. Ooh, Rudolph is good, but he's not an actual pass rusher. I don't think we're going to be able to pull off pass rusher, though. Like Rudolph. See, if we would have got that other guy, Khalil Evans, we could have maybe made him an edge rusher, and then this guy would be, interior, but I don't think we can pull that off. Do I really want to pay the depth or get a draft pick for depth? I don't know. And then Atkinson, I'm pretty sure was coverage, but we don't actually know a lot about him. But you'd gotta assume with a C to F power move and a D finesse. I'm not really sure what I want here. I mean, I guess we need line. Do I just take a lineman here and just call it a day? I'm going to take Marcus Ali's 2 to 3. Please be hidden. I'm done. Literally, I'm done. Like that's the draft. Our next pick is in the 7th round. Well, that was not a great finish to the rebuild when it comes to drafting. But we did have a good offseason because we got Ramsey, kept all the players we wanted to keep, and we did land a new left end who I would imagine has a higher ceiling than Carter, because Carter basically left us as a under an 80 overall off of his rookie deal, which is really bad, considering he got a dev up rookie year. We need a wide receiver. I don't know how good this guy is. Jason Green, 23. Okay, I can probably find better. Guy's 6'6". He's got a bunch of Fs. I'm going to take him, 4.39. I mean, it is what it is. He's agile, but I imagine he's going to be insanely raw. All those Fs. All of those Fs. 9 mil left, which is okay. Paid a lot of the guys we needed to pay already. 74, 72, 69. Let's take a look at Jason Lowry. The left end, 81 block shed's great. 73 power move. Dev of Superstar X Factor. That'd be great. Dev of only star. But let's take a look at the other two. We obviously took whoever we could, and we didn't have a choice. So let's take a look at Greenberry, who was probably the best bet because he had, great ratings across the board. Hidden dev, not as good as our guy technically, but if he's higher dev, then obviously he is. Let's see what that dev looks like. Star. Okay, our guy's better. So that's 1 of 1. Let's see the other one. I don't know if I would have taken Evans over the guy we just got, though. I'll be honest. And for good reason. Normal dev. All right, we landed the best of the 3. Here's the squad for the final season. Some things are worse. Some things are better. The better is typically on the defense, though. O-line is good enough. Receiving options, running back, all that kind of stuff is good enough. I don't even actually know how bad Chubb regressed. He's 32 now. He's very good. It's really just the overall that's taking a hit, because still 91 trucking, 88 juke, 88 stiff arm, 90 speed, 91 excel. Very usable. 90 break tackle, all that stuff. And then we look over at the defensive side of things. We see a brand new cornerback 1 who looks ridiculously good. Linebackers are pretty much all the same. Oh my god, I did not realize Daniil dropped that hard. I mean, good timing on that contract. This is the last season for him pretty much. So yeah, this is a perfect cutoff point. If we didn't win it the years previous and we don't win it this year, that's a GG. Because it's almost like another reset. Maybe we can afford Ramsey, perhaps, but we need a new Daniil. We need a new free safety. We might need a new strong safety. Offense, we probably need some new linemen. We need a brand new running back. I know we have Brian, but it'll take a while for him to develop. Hawkinson is, I would imagine regressing. He's 31 years old now. So this is the year to do it. If it wasn't last year, and if it's not this year, I mean, barring some sort of miracle somehow with a worse team, it's just not going to happen at all. 120 mil, who do we have to pay? Jefferson needs another contract, basically what he asked for last time, but this time he's actually willing to stick around. Like, he actually wants to be here, so it should save a little bit of money. We definitely pay Floyd Fields, then we definitely pay Pierce, Price if we can. I'm just misnaming everyone. Woodley probably, and then O-line, I don't know. Yeah, this is an expensive group of players right now. We'll see what we can do Jefferson, like I said, that should be pretty straightforward. A 4-year 120. Was it 140 actually? He wants that. We give it to him. Scheme fit? No, it's he wants to go to Mexico. Fair enough. You know, just visit on the weekends or something. Price. How good is Price? What is the Price-ster? He's not... I mean, he's giving me Jordan Davis vibes, but he is a really high overall, so... Do you value the overall? It's hard to grab a guy that's like as good as him at nose tackle. 40 mil left. Woodley. Man, where is the freaking interest, though? Like, scheme fit. He wants to play DT, probably, I guess. Just, like, play DT, then. Like, I don't know. 21 mil left. O-line. Bartell, I don't want to lose. Man, we are broke. And the big problem is that most of these guys just don't want to come back. So we're losing the guard. We're losing Ramsey. We're losing Chubb for sure. We're losing Hunter. We're losing Bynum. We're losing O'Neal. Yeah, this is a drop-off. Definitely need to save money with the O-line. Really, really good season. Can we finish it off strong? We do with the bye week. Didn't change the scheme because, well, the Chiefs scheme is just the way it is. You don't really need to change the scheme. A little bit of a slow start, but then just picked it up, never look back. As we finally have a really good season with Daniels as well. And like I said, this is the final year where we're truly the best team in the league. Daniels, amazing season. Chubb, definitely regression. You can see that he's no longer what he was. All three receiving options, the top ones, doing well. Dylan Samuels, okay, not bad. Blocking, meh. It is what it is. Sack totals, I mean, it's a 3-4. What do you want to do? Rookie with the most sacks on the team. Ramsey with 4 picks. Dicker missing 1 kick. Townsend, really good punting, almost 50 yards per punt. Award wins, I'm trying to think. Daniels, maybe MVP? Number 3, at least he's on the list for once. But I don't know if we would have had... Oh, yeah, Lowry, Rookie of the Year. That's something. Number 2 for quarterback. No actual, really great wins. Lowry with a, nice one, I suppose. But, yeah, just a really good season. Good teamwork. No one was the best in the league at their position, but as a whole, top 3 probably. Seahawks, 9-8. 87 overall. We have 4 overalls on them, and they have Dak, who has won a couple of MVPs. A little surprising. And, of course, the Chiefs move on, as they freaking do. If you want to win a Super Bowl, you pretty much have to play the Cowboys or the Chiefs in a season, and if you're really unlucky, you get to play both. 7-0, 14-0, 21-0. Maybe the Seahawks team does need that 10-year rebuild, as they're getting smoked up by us. 28-0, they finally put up points. It's the 4th quarter now, and they're down by 28, 21. A lot less than that. 21 again at 14. They came back a little bit, but at that point, we were just kind of chilling out, holding off to win the game, and Daniels was amazing, just like in the Super Bowl. Chubb was pretty iffy. Chubb kind of being dragged to a Super Bowl here if we can win this. Lowry with a sack, Ramsey with a pick. Lowry's kind of cooking, though. Championship round, please no Cowboys. The Niners. They're 9-8, but they are a 91 overall team still. This could be a bad one. We won 13-3, 13-6 with the Vikings scheme at the time, so I mean, we could probably beat them with the Chiefs. Not the Chiefs, the Niners. Not the Niners. Yeah, it is the Chiefs. I'm just thrown off. I seen the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and I was like, oh, here we go. 7-0, though. Got to at least win this one to even get to that game, though. 21-7. 28-7. We're looking on point, though. I can see why this team got a bye week, as we are really killing it. Only up by 15 now. That touchdown, though, probably does it. 4th quarter, 42-13. And we win the game 42-20. That is a score and a half. Players' stats, 4 touchdowns. Oh, 3 interceptions. Daniels is not as good this game. Chubb, pretty good. McCaffrey, really good. Addison, amazing. Defensively, pretty low sack numbers, but Lowry getting in there again. Picks for Hufanga and Greenlaw and Forbes. Okay, I forgot about those 3 picks. But a win is a win. You could throw 10 picks if you want. As long as we're winning, I don't care. To the Super Bowl, and, well, there's not really much beyond that. Let's take a look if we had any dev-ups. Daniels was not an X Factor, right? So that should be a dev-up for him. Maybe Addison was close to a dev-up, and then defensively, I don't know, maybe Means finally got to star dev. Daniels does get to X Factor, and so does Addison. Very clutch timing for these two, as it's right at the end of this rebuild. Jaden Daniels, 2 to short accuracy. Damn near max. He's very good. He is, really good. That is a franchise quarterback if I've ever seen him. And then Addison, I mean, he probably has no release, and that physical rating tells me that's probably true. It's probably the only release upgrade he's going to get all all rebuild. 3 to release. Oh my, look at the route running, but then look at the release. That is just despicably bad. And then defensively, any dev ups. Bartel doesn't go up in dev. I was really hoping he would. Lowry's a superstar. Means is still normal. And then Fields, at a pretty mid-season, is now a 91 overall X Factor. The most undeserved good X Factor edge rusher I've ever seen in my life. That is crazy, but it is what it is. We're here now, and we could use all the help we can get. So him being a good player works for me if it works for you. And I know Lowry has some upgrades there, but this is the final season. I'm just going to let him upgrade them. And we're going to head into this final game. Made it to the championship so many times. Now the Super Bowl twice. Can we win it, though, or are the Chiefs going to literally solidify themselves as the greatest team, like, literally ever? I mean, they've been in the Super Bowl more than, well, a lot of people, I guess. I don't know what I was going to say there, but a lot of teams. And here we are. Good stop with a touchdown. They get a touchdown back, though. 7-all. We get the stop. We get no points. We get down the field. We get nothing. Really? I mean, our defense is cooking. 3-point lead. Set 10-point lead. And in a very shocking fashion, we've won the Super Bowl with the Vikings. 17-7, locking them down. It's weird because it's not like we had good numbers on defense, but this Raiders defensive scheme for the 3-4, it might be something. I know the last game we played against the Chiefs, it wasn't so great, but this was lockdown. I mean, that was lockdown. They have Mahomes. Maybe Kelsey's not around. Maybe they lost some players, but they got Mahomes, and they got Pacheco. And those are the things that matter. And they couldn't put up more than 7 points against us. We obviously struggled against them as well. But at the end of the day, we're Super Bowl champions. I was going to say they're not, but they've been that a lot anyways. We clutched up. We got ourselves a Super Bowl win. And the Vikings have been successfully rebuilt. I mean, this is really all you can ask for. Rubbing his back in a very weird way, I must admit. Jaden Daniels and company finally winning the Super Bowl. The Vikings 1-4 in the Super Bowl. They have done it. They have done it. Mahomes got locked down. Daniels wasn't great, but at least he didn't throw a pick. And he also did have a touchdown passing. Chubb was great. Thank you, Chubb. Going out on top. Griffin got sacked 4 times by Fields. I just had to talk crap about him. It was bulletin board material, let's be honest. I pretended like I didn't know someone was listening through the door when I was talking to the GM, and, well, he showed us. Tricked him. Of course, Garner Johnson with a pick. Kicking, they missed one, but ultimately we won by 10 anyways. And a Super Bowl dubski. Show you guys that we didn't, force any wins or restart or anything like that, like we did against the Cowboys, but who cares? It's the Cowboys, and also we ended up losing anyways. So let's take a look at that. Clutch win. Super Bowl right on the final buzzer. Had the bye week, which definitely helped out a little bit. Very high-scoring games, and then nothing. 42, 42, 17. But we still pulled it off with a stifling defense, and we will now finish with taking a look at some of the players that we had developed. Of course, we already looked at Hawkinson. Jefferson, he's literally max, so I got to imagine he's like 99 everything. That is filthy. We would like a couple more speed upgrades, but that is so good. The only thing he doesn't have a 99, besides the athleticism, obviously, would be 2 more to deep route and 1 more to jumping. And even his juke ability is crazy. He's got 85 stiff arm. I mean, that is ridiculous. No reason to look at Chubb. I guess I'll look at Darisaw. Don't need to look at O'Neal because he's regressing. But Darisaw, 96 overall, very good. He is, run block power, run block finesse isn't the best, but run block power is as low as at 85, and that's obviously better than like 95% of the league. O-line, I don't really care too much about the lineman, just because Darisaw is a real-life player, and he was such a high overall. Pace was such a disappointment, I can't lie. He really disappointed me in this one. He's an okay player, but I thought he had the ceiling to become like an 85 plus. Never even got to 85 and never got to star plus. Bartel definitely miles better, and we did just pay him. So you're probably looking to get a new middle linebacker too for the future. Pace probably needs a contract soon anyways. Danielle Hunter don't need to look at. Fields don't need to look at. Just looked at him. Bynum, can't remember what he didn't really lose any zone coverage. Speed is so bad though. And then Garner Johnson, 86 overall. He's actually holding up pretty nicely. 87 zone, 83 man, good enough speed and whatnot. Then we go looking at the cornerbacks. Means 87 overall, but never got past normal dev. Still has a ceiling to get to, but very fast, really good man, okay zone coverage. And then we just got the safety that we turned to corner, Albert. 82 overall, though. He's probably going to be the cornerback 2 again, and he's a really good player. So we just went for Ramsey because we had a little bit of money, and we're trying to push a team over the top. Did so, and didn't really break the team. You know, we maybe lose an alignment or two, but at the end of the day, O'Neal needed to go soon anyways, and then right guard, you know, we'll just get a new right guard. Lowry, obviously, future of the interior, rookie with superstar, 91 block shed, 76 power move. He's really good, super strong. And then we did pay Price and Woodley, who are very good as well in the interior. Definitely fixed that position. Didn't really get the numbers to go with it, but 98 power move. Definitely needs some work on the block shed, but ridiculous at getting to the quarterback. And then Price, we looked at really high overall, but his ratings are kind of low, right? 87 block shed, I suppose, is okay, but 82 power move, 87 block shed, being a 90 overall seems so low. I know he's got really good strength and all that, but still. Anyways, that is going to be it in this one. If you guys enjoyed this rebuild, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise content, a lot of rebuilds, a lot of regular franchise series, which, you know, Bisons, I don't know if we hit the like goal for today. If we did, it would have been uploaded earlier. If not, the like goal, you know, upload streak is broken, which means it'll just be one tomorrow instead. It's just still fun. And then the weekend I'll have at least 2 franchise episodes of something, probably Bears and Bisons, and then probably another rebuild on Sunday. That's about it, though. You know, if you're not new, I do appreciate getting your support on the channel. I don't know what I just said. Like I said, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. Should have had Spider-Man at some point this week. Maybe another one by the end of Sunday or something like that. And if you have a suggestion for what team you want to see rebuilt next, let me know in the comments section below. Maybe if there's a challenge rebuild idea you want to see done, you know, I'll shout you out. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya.